What's going on, people, and welcome back to another Premier League predictions for Game Week 21. And just a heads up, tomorrow I'll be dropping my final team reveal for Game Week 21 for the FPL content. We'll be dropping tomorrow, so watch out for that also. Getting into this Game Week 21 then, it's a long game week. If you are doing the FPL stuff, just bear that in mind, that you're going to be waiting a while for all these fixtures to be played, but just be patient and it should serve you good. Starting off, which is a fixture that's been moved to Friday then. It was originally for Saturday, I believe it was, but because of the cup results and stuff like that, it's been moved to the first game of Game Week 21. Friday night, Burnley versus Luton, which is a monumental game for the teams at the bottom half of the table. I think it's going to be close. I think it'll be a score draw, and I'm going to go 1-1. I feel like Burnley or Luton could either win this game, like either of them, but I feel like they cancel each other out. I feel like Luton are on pretty good form at the moment. Burnley struggling a bit in terms of consistency-wise over Luton, but at home it could favour Burnley. I'm going to go 1-1. Chelsea versus Fulham. I watched Chelsea last night against Middlesbrough, and they missed some key chances. I feel like they can still go through. They've got a second leg to play in that, but it's going to be interesting to see how they cope with that mentality-wise come this Fulham game in a few days. So they're at home for it, which helps. I think it's going to be a tight one, but I do see Chelsea winning it. There could potentially be a draw. Fulham are in good form, so I wouldn't be hugely shocked if Fulham can pick up 3 points. But I think Chelsea need to bounce back, and I feel like they will. I think it's going to be close, though. Go 2-1 Chelsea. Newcastle versus Manchester City. I feel like this would have favoured Newcastle earlier in the season, because I feel like the last couple of months they've been really off it. And yes, that crowd could get behind them at home, but I feel like even against smaller teams at home in recent weeks, they've struggled. I don't see Newcastle getting a result in this game, even though they're the home team. I'm going for Man City. They're in good form. Go 3-1 Man City. Everton versus Aston Villa, I think could be another close one, but I could see a lot of goals in it also. I'm going for a draw. I'm actually going to go 2-2. Manchester United versus Tottenham. This game I think it's one of the hardest to call for this game week, because we're both teams that are just inconsistent. I do think Tottenham are better than us this season, but they have struggled themselves in recent weeks a little bit. I've gone with Tottenham in this one, but I think either team could win it. I think it could be a tight game, but it could also be one where either team could get a 2-goal margin in my thinking. I've gone with Tottenham to edge it. Don't think there'll be a 2-goal margin, but you never know. I'm going to go 2-1 away to Tottenham. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Arsenal at home for this, but they have been struggling. They haven't been performing to their potential for a while. Palace, inconsistent, but when they're on it, they can be of trouble for anyone. Elise, I think, is still out. Eze is available for them, but I think they're going to struggle for overall quality. I think they could make it hard for Arsenal, but I still see Arsenal winning this one, even though they've struggled recently. I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal. Brentford versus Nottingham Forest. Tough one. It's going to, obviously, Ivan Toney returns for the first time this season, his first game this season after a long extended break. He's going to be chomping at the bit to get going. Buemo's still out though, Henry's still out, but I think that he will pull that team through just on his return. I'm going to edge it to Brentford, go 2-0 to Brentford. Sheffield United versus West Ham. I'm going with West Ham in this one, but the news is that Bowen is going to be out for at least a month. Paqueta also, and Mavropanos, I'm not sure how long he's going to be out for, but it doesn't seem to be a lot of news around him at the moment, so he might be back. But Paqueta and Bowen expected out for at least a month, it sounds like. I still feel like West Ham could go there and still win the game. I think it will be a close game, but I think West Ham might just do it. And I'm going to go 2-1 to West Ham. Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Obviously, Salah is away at the moment. Trent's another one that's picked up an injury. He's torn some ligaments in his knee. Could be out for 3 weeks at minimum, possibly longer. He's going to be a massive miss. Him and Salah are a massive miss. I feel like Bournemouth have a chance in this game anyway, and even before I found out the Trent news, I've gone with a Bournemouth win because they're at home. Solanke's in fine form. I think they cause Liverpool problems. So I'm going with Bournemouth, and I'm going to go I'm going to go 2-1 Bournemouth. And to finish off Game Week 21 this week, guys, Brighton versus Wolves. I think this could be a very good game. I'm liking the way both teams are playing at the moment. I like both managers and what they're doing. Hwang's a big miss for Wolves, but Cunha's doing well. Sarabia's doing well. Brighton, obviously, doing well themselves. Doing well in the Europa as well. Coping with injuries and playing time very well. I really like that Hinshelwood as well. So I just really like Brighton. I have since they've come up. I like both these teams. I don't think there'll be a ton in it, but I'm going to edge it to Brighton. 1-0 to Brighton. So that is it for the Game Week 21 predictions, guys. Leave yours in the comments. Who do your team have? Let me know how you feel about your chances. And don't forget, tomorrow I will be dropping my final team reveal for Game Week 21 for FPL. Catch you soon.